hope not. Shouldn't be. Does nothing for us though. The law abiding citizens, nah, they don't care less. They can care less about it. You know what? It bothers me because the city just knows. They knows what it hit us the most is in the pockets. I'm telling you, it's all a hustle. It's all a hustle, man. Definitely a hustle. How about Eric Adams crushing? But they could have donated them. You know, I bet you teach the kids and people how to fix them versus you showing them destruction. You know better than the ones running around. Illegally. No better. No better than that, man. I find that a bit interesting. For our mayor to do that, to find that to be the best course of action when he had an opportunity to teach, he didn't do that though. So that was a bit awkward to me. How about this one though? A Tesla catches fire in junkyard. So this Tesla got into an accident previously. They dumped it into the they dumped it in a junkyard. And in the middle of it being in the junkyard by itself, it started catching fire. That's terrible right there. By itself, it started catching fire. It took 4,500 gallons of water. So this is the funniest part, though. They had to dig a trench and fill it with water. They had to dig a trench. Yeah, a trench. They called the city. They called the city freaking land moving machine.
Yes.
City dumpster.
Yes.
To dig a trench because they was worried that it will keep igniting. So they submerged it. Terrible, man. I'm telling you.
And not for nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
To elaborate on that, and like I said, we had audio difficulties. We back now.
Yeah.
Yo, think about that. And they said this car was in the junkyard for three
weeks.
3 weeks or 3 months.
I think it was 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks that it said it'd been in the junkyard, and it caught fire out of nowhere.
That is ridiculous, man. I for one just like, why are these things still in the road?
But you already know why. You know why.
Hustle, man.
They grind.
People refuse to believe that, this may not be the best move.
Yeah, they grinding for this.
It's funny because my man, he asked me over the week, like, yo, man, what you think about the Tesla, man? Like me and the bed one, we don't.
Obviously, you don't listen to the show.
That's what I told him. I said, yo, fam, you don't even listen to the show, so good. Try to tune in. I got you. We got all your news here.
And they're not finishing either.
Of course not. But I told him, I said, you know what, man? I personally wouldn't recommend you to get it.
Nah.
At all.
Nah, hold up. I tell them all the time.
I said, yo, if you want to do an EV, go with Toyota. Go with somebody who knows exactly what they're doing or has a better idea. Not saying that he don't, but this is not what he do, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? But the Teslas is no bueno. Do yourself a favor. Save the chips. Don't mess with it. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, save your life, right? So I'm a firm believer in that one.
And not for nothing, there's also a lot of things going on with the full self-driving. And we're going to talk about that today, too, because it's getting crazy out there. Yo, so, and like I said, Elon Musk, he's not, everybody's like, oh, he's a genius. He's a villain.
He is a villain. I think he's very smart. Like, he has it, but his direction and his aim is more towards villagery. You have villain. Exactly. I think it's more over there. You feel me? I think it's there. I don't think it's really for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he don't care. Of course not. Isn't his kids trying to change their names or something behind him?
I mean, they're trying to change their name to save the lives of the innocent.
Yeah, but and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, do yourself a favor, do something else. Donors let him watch Ford versus Shelby. They probably schooled him a little bit more because he probably came in there, his cape on, like you know what's going on. And this is why he probably said, you know what, the Mustang needs to live on. I think they need to do something amazing with the Mustang to bring it back. Because I feel like it's in a hole. I feel like it's in a serious hole.
Nobody wants it.
It's bad right now.
Nobody wants it.
It's bad right now. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to you know, do something properly to get it out the hole. Yeah, they need to do something to get it out the hole. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't looking too good over there for you Ford guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
It really ain't.
It's terrible. It's terrible right now. He tried to come in and make a power play. I feel like it. I feel like that was his problem. He tried to power play it, and it backfired. Like he didn't think he's gonna get this much backlash. But how you gonna take an iconic vehicle like that and just slap it on an EV? I laugh at that because I find that relatively interesting, son. It's craziness, B. Man.
It's one of them kind of days, man. We having, I'm telling you, man, the devil don't want you to preach your truth, baby.
Nah, kid, nah, son. And this bothers me, man, because they put these new CEOs in place, and they don't even know what's going on. They don't even know what's going on a lot of the time.
And they should have known better. And not for nothing, even when you look at Ford, and shout to my man Phil, he put us on. He said, yo, you know what? This guy was selling furniture before he even got to Ford. That is hilarious.
But that's so he must have sold a ton of furniture or been able to manage it really well for them to even be like this.
For them to say, yo, you could run Ford.
Yeah, you could come in here and do this, right? And then it backfired. Like they should have thought a little bit harder about that, like a little bit harder. But you know what, though? It's so good, though. One of my favorite, though, from last week, I got to tell y'all. Only white Ferrari Enzo that hit the auction block. Only white one. Only white one. What they call it? Blanco.
They call it
unicorn.
The unicorn.
Yo, it's crazy, son. It's crazy.
I think, like I said, just for that to even happen for itself is tremendous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So how the white one even came about was that it was one of, I guess, Ferrari's valued customers. You know what I'm saying? Valued customers. And they say, you know what? Pick any color you want. We're going to do it for you.
Like, do whatever you want to do.
Do what you want.
I think that's ill, man.
That's fire.
I think that's
fire in the hole. That's fire in the hole. You know what I'm saying? And it has 6,000 miles on it. Beautiful. Yes. Son. So it's seen some road.
Seen some road.
Seen some road. Not many, but it's seen some. You
Not for nothing, but we got a understeer today that's going to make you cry. But
let's go, man.
In the meantime,
if
you ain't got no more shout
I'm good. I'm good right now.
We ain't got no more recap.
No, I'm good.
We're going to dive right in. You ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Weekly specs. Auto news for all the listeners. Only on Rally Radio.
All right. Y'all know how we get down, man. It's the bearded one in the building. And we're going to set it off right here. Ongoing chip shortage forces GM to park 95,000 cars on the side and wait for some of the products that they need.
So repeat that? How many?
95,000. An ongoing chip shortage. First off, I don't think this is a chip shortage anymore.
It can't be.
Dudes are just holding on to chips now. And they I'm telling you, they're using it. They are using it as a chip to employ to make their money back. I'm telling you. So with that being said, man, we are officially more than halfway through 2022, and the chip shortage is messing up things. It's already affecting the global pandemic as it is to where you can't even get cars, right? Now, according to filing by GM, most of the vehicles sitting in storage were built in June. Now, it's 95,000 unfinished vehicles. Now, what we mean by unfinished is, right?
Mhm.
You may have ordered something. You may have custom ordered your car, right?
Yeah.
So they have things that they got to put in there. They can't even put it in there because they don't have the chips to do it. That's crazy.
And like you said, I think it's just a gimmick now because let's be real, son. How y'all ain't figure out how to make these chips yet, son? You joking?
In my honest opinion, it ain't even that.
It's a joke.
People they're using this as a ploy now.
That's what I mean. It's like, yo,
scamdemic.
It's definitely a scamdemic. And they figuring out, like, you know what, son? Let's keep pretending. Let's keep pretending that this chip thing is such an issue,
right?
So we could charge people and have people waiting and just losing their mind behind it because you can't tell me they didn't figure out how to do this, huh?
Nah,
there's no way.
And I think the sad part about it is the more you dig into it, it says filing also reveals that GM sold 582,000 vehicles in the last quarter, which is 15% less than the same period in 2021. If GMS sold the 95,000 vehicles that they are currently parked, it would have then made up for that gap. So now GM is falling behind because of this. And GM is a big car company. This is not Tesla. I'm not gonna, and like I said, Tesla's small, but they have a big market share.
Yeah.
Compared to GM that have so many different brands under them. It's almost crazy that they still dealing with a chip shortage.
It's crazy because, like you said, they got 95,000 sitting on the road, sitting on the side of the road, or whatever side of the shop or whatever facility they at. But it's like, come on, man.
And now when you talk to some of the industry analysts, they predicting that the chip shortage should have been over by now. And some are saying that there's no end in sight.
But how is it no end in sight though?
A lot of this has to do with just them trying to make I'm telling you, when they make their money back,
yeah.
And when the regulatory people start jumping on their back, that's when they're gonna change it.
Yeah,
Other than that,
they
don't care.
Come on,
they don't care.
But what they doing is they trying to drive up the demand wherever these vehicles at. When they go into the deal, they're like, "Yo, man, who's gonna pay the most for that?" That's what it really ultimately is, huh?
Yep.
Like we say all the time. Not only is the government finding ways to get money out of us,
yeah,
so is everybody else.
They pilfering, man. Look at, like I said, the gas. I mean, we could go on and on.
B.
I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people, I know there's people who ordering cars here and they're not getting it,
man.
But then on the other side, on the flip side, you ready for the next thing?
Let's go.
The 2022 Ford Bronco Raptor is completely sold out.
Wow.
So on one end, you got some cats that's not getting their cars, and you got people who still buying.
And that's the craziest part. So something don't make sense. This doesn't make sense here.
They don't care.
This don't make sense.
The demand for new vehicles at an all-time high, despite the global microchip shortage, limited inventory, and rising MSRP costs. Some manufacturers would have a waiting list for a certain model of vehicle, which we already know. If you want a sports car, something like that, if you want anything like that right now, it's held out. The 400Z has officially hit the street and not hit the street. We don't know what happened to it. We ain't hear nothing else about it. It says here the 2022 Ford Bronco debuted in January 2022 with the very first production model being auctioned off at the Barrett Jackson for $350,000 to benefit some charities. Now, standard Bronco Raptor would cost at $68,500 and reach as high as $90,000, depending on accessories and options. So it looks like to get your hands on the 2022, it ain't happening.
Damn.
If you ain't get that Ford Bronco Raptor, it ain't happening, son.
Damn.
I don't know what to tell you.
Really?
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, it's just all a swindle, man, at the end of the day, because they know what they do. How is sales high? How is things being sold out? How is it still a crazy demand? Why are you even certain manufacturers like Toyota say, yo, you may not want to let a lot of people order these Corollas.
Right.
Because it ain't happening.
Right. But they don't care. At least Toyota stopped them. Like, yo, wait a minute.
But that's what I'm saying. So people are obviously playing by different rules.
Oh, we got a call.
Let's go.
Rally Radio. Who we got in the box?
Good day, gentlemen.
It's my man Miller.
Miller Tom.
I guess you heard Ford and was like, the bat signal.
Yeah, absolutely. Bat signal.
Yo, Miller, I gotta ask you though. I feel like you back in the whip. You back in the wheels?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I could tell. Let's go.
I am at exit 24.
Let's go.
The northern state.
Oh, wow. You just took it for a drive.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
My man.
I'm driving to nowhere. How about that?
GutterballRally.
Let's go.
Destination nowhere.
Factory.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, that's good, man.
Nowhere.
I'm happy you got it back, B. We happy here at Rally Radio for you.
Word. So
Not
Miller,
as happy as I am.
we saw the pictures. I saw the pictures that you sent me.
Mm.
And
Yes,
not
sir.
for nothing, they did a fantastic job fixing your truck, kid.
Damn, that's good.
Yes, they did a fine job. And fine job plus patience equals a great ride.
Nah,
That's a fact.
good. That's
How
good.
does it drive now, though? That's what I asked you that yesterday, but I'm gonna ask you again for the people. How does it drive? Like,
It
is
look
it
good.
driving the same?
It's looking good.
It's well, I'm stuck in traffic right now, so I mean, but every now and then, when I need to cut and run,
She did.
she gives me what she's got. So I'm not complaining about that.
Which we can't.
I wish you could hear it though.
Now we can hear it.
Boy.
Rev that gas. Well, don't do it in traffic.
That's all right. That's all right. Already got stuck up. I got to get stuck up again.
Damn.
Damn.
He said I already got it once. Do it twice.
Damn.
Sometimes, you know what? Being that I've been without a ride for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I hate to say it. I'll pay for it for right now. You know why? Because being without one,
And not for nothing, that peace of mind that you get. And I tell people that all the time, man. When I'm in my car,
Yeah.
the peace of mind, like I could kid, like I'm not waiting. I don't have to wait.
Yo, it's different, man. I get what you're saying. Like, definitely, like if you driving something, I feel like if you just like a little bit, like just enough,
Yeah.
you should be okay.
Yeah.
You should be okay.
And
Mhm.
not also mentioning with my plan. I'm planning to go to Florida again in September.
Oh boy,
Mhm.
And
Mill on the road.
I mean, y'all remember last year?
Yeah.
Because I called y'all. I was on I-95. Remember?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
Absolutely.
And it was great then too. But now it's going to be extra great because I can't fly because the fear of cancellation of flights.
Oh, they hiring
Y'all
air
didn't even
traffic
touch-
controllers.
Y'all didn't even touch on that.
Yo,
So
because
that was like,
people don't want to hear it, Miller.
Nah.
We telling them we be like this, yo. They be like, nah, it's not true. Okay.
He said, nah, it's not.
yeah, all right, y'all go ahead and bleed it if you want. If you do, I got a bridge to tell you.
That's a fact.
Word up. For gas price too. I only need $50.
I ain't dropped the whole dime.
Yo, and you know what that is, right? You know they removed the tax.
Oh man.
That's the tax coming out
wow.
right there. Remember the gas tax
Yeah.
that they supposedly helping out working families with that whole $1.23 you saving at the pump.
16 cents.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. But I got some news for you, Miller.
Man.
The Ford F-150 Heritage Edition
Mhm.
celebrates its 75th anniversary. They're going to have a 2023 Ford F-150 Heritage Edition, which is available on the F-150 XLT platform. Is that not the one you have? You have XLT, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. It says the design will be a fresh interpretation of the classic interior, paint pattern, the ABA, the roof pillars. All of this is going to be one color, but it's going to have so many different add-ons. It's not even funny. I ask you, Miller, sounds like a trade-in? Look, you like, nah.
Nope, ain't happening.
Man, that's
And
real.
look, I'm telling you something. They shut down my dreams once they discontinued this color. I
Damn.
told you, and I got this color in memory of my dad. My dad was always a red brother. Now, it's not the red in the traditional sense. That's why I got it. Magma red is something that they discontinued,
What is it?
and when they
Which red? What's the name of the red again?
Magma, MAGMA.
Fire. It is nice though. That is a nice color. You're right. Damn.
So when you see it, I mean, I had like 4 or 5 people give me 5 different colors, and out of those 5 different people, the color that was close to red was like, I would say maybe 2. 2 of them were close to red because it was brown. One said brown, one said burgundy.
Well,
the other one said purple. The other one said black.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the sun hits it, you're gonna only see what you see.
Right.
And I love that. So when they say they got something new coming out, if it ain't a magma red, it ain't happening.
I hear that. I ain't mad at that.
But I am open to that sexy Metallica blue.
It's not bad though.
Well, I'll tell you what, Miller. This F-150 Heritage Edition, it comes with a race red with a carbonized black upper. So it's two-tone. Yeah, it look mean. I can't front that. Woof. Yeah. Black uppers and lowers and red in the middle. They also have it with blue, avalanche white. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got all kind of... Yeah, they doing whatever they want with this one. This is beautiful too. Oh man, I got a picture of it. You know we gonna post it.
Factory.
Yo, it's super red with the black top. I don't think I ever seen a two-tone truck from the factory like that.
Nah. I ain't gonna lie though. Miller. That Magnum.
The closest you can get to a two-tone truck is that Shelby that they keep pushing.
The Raptor,
and it's blue, and it's more blue. But with the white strip down the middle, which is pretty much, when you say Shelby, that's what you're used to seeing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the Le Mans stripes and whatnot.
That's a fact.
Right,
that's a fact. I gotta say, man, I know you like that red. I know you love that red. And like you said, I guess if they can't give you what you need, then they don't need to be doing anything. I hear that.
But like I said, my next color is that Metallica blue, because it's pretty much. I mean, most of the colors that they do now, they're based on one color, but when you see it, it'll be that color, because I'm telling you, because it'll register in your mind
early.
But what you will see will be something slightly different from the traditional sense. And they've been doing that for most of the cars that come out now. They have one color, but it's a base color, but it's reflected off something, so you won't see it until you see it in some whichever way. But I think it's sexy Metallica blue though.
Nah, that's real. Yo, Biddle, is that called pearlescence or no? What is that?
What, the blue?
No. When they do it like when I combo like that, you know how they got like the midnight purple R34, like when our color changes like that, when the contrast is all that craziness. What is that called exactly?
That is like a metallic pearl.
I thought it was like a pearlescence type of deal going on. No,
nah, I think that's like when it's like it changes color.
Yeah,
like at night.
Like what Miller's talking about, like his truck is that Magnum's a fire color,
right,
but you won't really see that. You're gonna see like black or brown. Like what? I thought that was like pearlescence though. I thought that was something like that.
Nah, they try to, you know what it is? I believe they try to avoid those high insurance colors. And red is a high insurance color, Miller.
That is a fact.
Yes,
and that nasty blue you talking about is too. Absolutely.
But in my case, you're not going to see it. You're only going to see it because I told you what it is. But when you first take a look at it, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I see it now. But you're going to see something else. So it's going to fool you.
Right.
It's going to fool you.
Right.
That's nice.
So that's the other reason why I got it.
That's a hard color.
And you know, being that you guys are on the line, Mr. S.I Shawn, I need you to give me a quick recap. A few weeks ago, you touched on one of the accessories, the LED joint. Can you explain to the people what it is for? The high beam. Because I remember you
fog
corrected
lights.
me in my thought process.
Yeah.
You talked about the fog lights.
Yeah,
the fog lights. Absolutely. So what I was saying was, right, the LED fog lights don't do anything. Neither do your headlights. They're not meant for fog. You have to either get like the amber lights, or you have to have like just those regular halogen bulbs in order for it to be effective. So don't get me wrong, the LEDs look good, but they're kind of useless in conditions like that.
Something we found out on the rally.
Factory. Absolutely. Like you gotta have a certain type of light. Like the LEDs look good, but they're not functional in conditions like that. They're not functional at all.
Right.
So you gotta be careful with that.
Yes. I can scratch that off for one of the things I ain't getting.
Nah, don't do it. Don't do it.
But you know, you still could get the hella fog lights though. That get it done. You could get the official tissue rally joints. I think they about what, like $150 a light?
Yeah.
About that, but
absolutely.
They look silly at night.
I will do it on the top, on the roof. I'll do those on the roof, son. Those look crazy.
They be thinking Miller a UFO. You know they reporting UFOs now. Like, what the hell is that?
And one more thing. Your man Phil, I call him Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Let's go.
I was able. Kudos to him. I know what he's talking about now. When you've been away from your vehicle so long and you spend quality time with it, you give it a name. It's like having a pet. If you don't plan to keep it, you don't give it a name.
That's a fact.
The moment you give it a name,
It's
the
yours.
attachment is there, and the difficulty to let it go is tough. That's why when you ask me about that heritage, I'm like, nah, baby, I'm not giving this one up.
Nope.
And the attachment, the emotional attachment is there. Shout out to Dr. Phil for me, man. When he calls, you know he is.
Yes, he will.
Let him know.
So here's the thing, Miller. Before you get off, what's the name?
Yeah.
Well, see, I call it Mom and Dad because I'm attributed this truck to them.
Wow.
Because I told my dad that I was going to get it, and I finally got it, but it came at a not so good time. And I'm gonna give you the quick story. The day my father passed, the day that I took my dad's body to the cemetery, because you follow the hearse.
Yes.
You did that thing.
Yeah.
I took my car home, and ironically, my car never started again.
The Jeep?
The Santa Fe. That was the last one I had.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It never started again. So that's where my car search began. And the auto body guy that I usually take the car to, the guy was nice to me.
Right.
BP Sting Auto, very good people. I would highly recommend them because he was like, look, we're not even going to try to touch the car. Why don't you just try, test the waters out and see what your credit gets you. Lo and behold, I landed to my truck, and I got my truck like within a week after he passed.
Wow.
And my mom has been gone for over 20 years. So, I mean, the strong body that this truck has reminds me of my mom and dad being as strong as they were. So
wow.
I call it the parent.
The parent.
That's what it is.
Yo.
It's kind of a good one.
I gotta give you a shout out.
A good one. So word too. That was a smooth one.
I gotta give you a shout out on that one because
that was
not
smooth.
for nothing. That joint almost had me in. I was almost in here like this, Miller. I mean,
I'm
you
sorry,
really.
guys.
I was like this.
I don't mean to get y'all emotional.
Yo, kid. It's a good thing I'm on camera. I had to hold it together. I'm like this. I got something in my eye. Oh, wow. Yo, nah, that is actually, and you know what? That's what I mean about every car having a story. Whether it's the car or not.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Every car has a story,
That's
bro.
a fact.
That was actually interesting.
And being that I just had this accident, yo, mom and dad saved me. Wow. Mom and dad saved me.
Wow.
And I had two other people in the vehicle with me. And not to mention, I will tell you this. And $7,700 later, back on the road.
Oh God, I can't front. It's still, I'm telling you, man, these cars are just expensive. Sometimes your love, your passion just costs you money. They knew it too. They was like, yo, they don't make this red anymore, right?
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. Man.
Yo, Miller, I'm glad to hear you riding. We got the pictures. We're gonna post them up on our Instagram and our Facebook. We're gonna put the before and we're gonna put the after. But I want you to do me a favor. I just want you to send me the body shop's name one more time. Because we're gonna put it up there for them because they obviously did a good job by you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I will definitely send you a picture of the.
All right.
One more time. I want you to listen to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah.
I hope you was in neutral doing that.
Yeah, right.
Like this. I hope
baby.
You heard the initial hit right there. Hear that?
That's mom and dad talking right there to parent.
Parent. That's a
I
good
like
one,
that,
son.
though.
I do too.
Yo, Miller, we appreciate you as usual, my brother. Thanks for that story. You should see the live right now. Everybody's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man.
Thank you, Jimmy.
No problem. Every car got a story, man.
It do.
Every car got a story. And that was actually that actually hit you in your chest right there.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to breathe over there. Yo, Miller, thank you for calling in. You know we got some more news, especially with Ford. But they got a lot of things going on over there. But we won't get into it. We want everybody to hear it. Thanks for calling again, and thanks for sharing that with us, man.
Let's
really
go.
Appreciate that, yo.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys listening. As always, continue to do what you do. And one more quick note. Shout out to McFarland. We were working together last night.
He on the live. He on the live too. He on the live. Shout to Sean Paul McFarland. I see him on the live.
Let's go.
Shout out to the Mac. When I see him, I always say return to the Mac.
Return to the Mac.
That's real.
And on that note, thanks again, guys. Y'all be safe and spread the word. Thanks.
Let's go, Miller. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Factory.
All right.
All right. Peace. Every car has a story, whether it's short or long, good or bad.
Factory. But I want to ask you: did you come up with a question for the type? Name for the typo?
So it's not that it's been hard to name it. I just want a name that suits it. You know, and it's like it's a blue Type R.
Yeah,
it's very hard to. It's like okay, so we have. Obviously, we got Susie.
Yeah.
My motorcycle. Right? We got Black.
Yeah.
CRX. Right?
Yeah.
We got Grace, who's white, who won't be white for long.
Yeah.
Right? Now, with a blue Type R, every time I get next to the Type R, I call it the Type R. Is that messed? Every time I get next to that blue Type R, I say, the Type R.
I don't know. So I think that's a good one for the people to answer, son. That's a good one, son.
Yeah, if you can, give me
That's a good one.
Not saying I'm gonna run with it, because I can't wait to hear what some of y'all gonna come with.
Factory.
Oh, the blue lawnmower. Oh, the lawnmower with
the blue lawnmower.
I can't wait. I know there's some Honda haters out there, but what name do you think I should call a Type R? Even though it's ultimately gonna be up to me. I would love to hear what some of y'all would have to say. But in the meantime, we're gonna jump right in, man, to another thing. So this is right up my man Marlon's alley. Shout out to Marlon, aka the resident Toyota guy. Toyota GR GT3 concept shows up in European patent drawings.
Really?
Now, I don't know if y'all remember us talking about this thing. There was two cars that Toyota was coming out with. One was supposed to replace the Lexus LFA, but it was supposed to be electric. And another was a gas-powered, damn near race car that they're going to be selling to the people called the GT3 concept. It looks like this concept is real. It looks like they're going for patent right now. And if they do, they're not saying what's going to be in the car. They're not saying if it's real. They're not saying anything. Toyota's very tight-lipped on this one. But y'all do remember the pictures. There was a picture and there was 15 different new Toyotas. Y'all remember we talked about that? Toyota had 15 new EVs they was bringing out.
Oh, man.
But they had that one. That was there. That was a pure race car. And it had nothing but 2000 GT written all over it. It was like, this is the one that replaces it. I don't know if it's shout to Marlon. I don't know if it's going to be sold in the USA. I would
probably
hope
not.
So.
Probably not.
I would hope. I mean, I don't think Toyota would do us like that. I think they did the Yaris because the Yaris fits more where it is.
That's true.
The Yaris is very small compared to the Corolla.
That's true. But think about this. If it's gonna be a race car, come on, son.
I mean, kid, if it's
son.
If it's what I think it is, and the pictures that I'm looking at, they showed a patent of a long nose 2-door rear wheel drive car. And I don't mean no regular, I mean like vet long.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It look like it resembles the 2000 GT.
Wow, son.
I mean, the nose is all the way out here, man. Mirrors is beautiful. Like it had a carbon fiber top. Oh boy,
you said GT or the car? Yeah, I know you're talking about. So that may be for somewhere else, kid.
No, that's got to be here.
I don't think that's gonna be for here. Son.
And if it's not here, then we got to figure out a way to get one.
You know that already. They're not for nothing. You know.
Yo, Toyota, you can have the bread. Toyota, let me tell you, they've been on a roll.
But that's on to ask you, like, what you think Toyota trying to do? I feel like they taking shots at a lot of manufacturers.
Yeah, they showing them like, yo, y'all just scared. Put your gun on safety.
See, so you know that's one of the things. Like Toyota has always been that manufacturer, son, that always built their cars differently with a whole different attitude behind it, son.
That's a fact.
Their engineering has been stupendous, believe it or not,
son. America said they wanted EVs. They said, yo, we want EVs. And Toyota looked at them, and I quote, and said, you think you can do this to me? Like, yo, we gonna put out 15 EVs, or we gonna put out some bout-it cars on the side. That's what I like.
All right, here's my next question following this, right? This whole Toyota thing. Do you think they illing it because they producing smaller engines with pretty decent or better great outputs, or you think they playing around because they bringing out these smaller engines or like these 3-cylinder joints? How you feeling about that? Because I feel like certain manufacturers don't want to leave the big leagues a little bit. I feel like they want to keep the big engines around.
I feel like they're scared too. I really do. I think that the America is putting in forth a policy, and not only America, because we're going to talk about UK too. It looked like UK is already solidified as of last week that no more gas powered cars will be sold over here after 2035. Like they're making it law, and remember Ferrari and Lamborghini was supposed to get the exemption. They said no.
So not for none, that's gonna hurt their sales off the rip.
I mean, by 2035, by 2035, you figure the kid who's unlike my son Braylon, who sees a Tesla and routinely says, "Blah." Nah.
He said routinely.
Shout to my son. He see a Tesla and be like this. Blah.
I mean, it's funny because my young boy, he makes engine sounds. So I don't know, like you got people like him and BP that's gonna be like this. Nah, son, where's the clutches at? Where's the engines at?
They're gonna go in the garage and see daddy's old CRX or his Type R, or hopefully that Hellcat. And right. I'm still looking for that Hellcat.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It just remains to be seen, man. It's like, you know what? They talking about they're gonna do this and you're gonna force people to get rid of this and get rid of that. It's never gonna happen.
Nah, not the way they intended it. Not the way that they intended to happen, but I believe I think it goes a little bit like this. Like you could take the enthusiast out of the car, but you can't take the car out the enthusiast.
That's a fact.
You can't, son.
That's a fact.
So by 2035, sure, let it roll around. Let the EVs be acting crazy. You're gonna have the enthusiasts like this.
Yo, I hear engine noise and I'm stuck to the window.
Son. Yeah, both my ears go up like Scooby.
That's sad, son, and it's what it is. There's no way around
it.
That's a fact. There's no way around it. It's how I am, man. So it just won't change, and EVs don't do it. And that's also gonna bring us to our question for the day, our driver's etiquette question for the day. If your favorite car ever was redone Restamod with an EV motor, would you want it? Don't answer. Don't answer. We're going to leave that for the people, and we're going to talk about that. And we also got another segment we're going to try to work around, especially next week. It's going to be really good. It's called Shifting Gears. Or Switching Gears, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, Shifting Gears.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to give you 6 questions. Yeah. 6 gears, and we want answers as fast as you can. And we time it.
Let's go.
And we time it.
That's not bad, son.
All right?
That's not bad.
Neither here nor there. We're going to talk about another thing that's going on. The Supreme Court limits EPA's Clean Air Act power to cut greenhouse gas. Now, this is news, and I'm going to tell you why. This is news.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Now, everybody knows I love the Hellcat.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Yep.
And now when you think about it, remember Dodge was doing this big thing with the tune? What happened to that? What happened?
You talking about every 3 months they drop a new?
Yeah. What happened to that?
Damn. You think they shut that down?
Okay, so the CEO of Dodge said that because they've changed administrations, they've changed everything. So now they're having a harder time with these things passing EPA.
Hold on, so wait.
Passing through the EPA.
So you're trying to tell me that, so you said when you mean administration, you mean as far as like Stellantis and all them concerned?
That means that Biden and Trump. And listen, we're not in here, we're not gonna play politics. Trump dialed back what Obama had put in place because they wanted a certain amount of EVs by 2030, and they wanted gas to have a car engines to have a certain amount of mileage. Trump dialed that all the way back, which is why the Dodge Hellcat survived that long.
Wow.
I'm not playing politics here.
Man.
I'm not playing politics. I'm only speaking what I know.
So he did one good thing. I'm sorry to say, y'all, he did one good thing, B. That was it. Son.
He said, EV. Hell no. We live off oil and coal over here. Remember that?
Yes,
Yo,
son, that's crazy.
Trump wasn't playing, son.
Damn.
He said, wait a minute. He said, wait a minute. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all think we supposed to just no, we an oil country. I had to go look at the interviews. And you know, Trump is like, if I have something to say, it's going to be that we live on oil, not EV. We're not UK, okay? We're not UK. He was dead serious, God.
Oh man, son, I know he was. I'm over here rolling, son. So
it looks like the Supreme Court limits EPA's Clean Air Act power to cut greenhouse gas. The Supreme Court been on a roll this week, but we ain't.
Son,
they've been over the top. In a blow to the fight against climate change, the Supreme Court on Thursday limited how the nation's main anti-air pollution law can be used to reduce carbon dioxide emissions from power plants. By a 6-3 vote with conservatives in the majority, the court said that the Clean Air Act does not give the Environmental Protection Agency broad authority to regulate greenhouse gas emissions from power plants that contribute to global warming. The court's ruling could complicate the administration's plans to combat climate change. Its proposal to regulate power plants emissions is expected by the end of the year. What's your thoughts on that? So now we already said to ourselves, right? The cars are not the ones that's putting out most of the. No. It's mainly these power plants.
Factory,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Supreme Court just told the EPA to leave them power plants alone.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, what are we doing, yo? It don't make sense. But you know what? It does make sense actually, because there's something big at play, son.
Something bigger. Are you ready for this?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Damn.
It's the scamdemic. See, those power plants got big money.
Factory.
Big lobbyists. So if you think you getting in the way of that, but you the car guy. Y'all don't make enough. Y'all don't spend enough. So now you know what happens?
No.
We take your money. It's the scamdemic, y'all. As I'm telling you, as much as I don't want to hear it, they are taking our money little by little and using this. This is going to be bad for us because that means they're going to put more stringent. They're going to put more taxes. They're going to put more cameras. They're going to put all that stuff because they got to make the money up that they was going to make from finding these companies.
See, and that's the problem, man. That's how you know this thing is not being ran correctly. Because we know the problem.
It's not being ran correctly?
I mean, I guess in the Gouda sense is perfectly fine.
It's perfectly fine. What?
I guess it's right for them.
Hell no, it's not right. It's not right for us.
No, it's not right for us. But this is what I'm saying. This is not. This is like the problem is these factories and these plants. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. But they want to ignore because, like you said, they got lobbyists back here like this. You crazy?
They got dough.
This is what I'm saying.
And because they got money, nobody's gonna bother them. The Supreme Court just said leave them alone.
This is what I'm talking about, son.
Wow. They told the EPA you do not have a broad brush to just do whatever you want. Keep that in mind.
And you thought the EPA, as I'm saying, everybody thought the EPA was the truth. It's not, son.
Listen.
Let's go the path of least resistance.
Exactly.
Come on, man. This is a joke. It's a juke.
But this is why I say, like, you know, I've been said this. We've been saying this. They scamdemic.
But this is what I mean, man. This is ridiculous, yo. They talking about climate changes, vehicles, this, gas engines, that. No, it is not, man. What are you talking about? And that's what bothers me. It's like,
scamdemic, bro.
I thought y'all was strong.
Oh, they weak.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, y'all go to the path of least resistance. Y'all not strong.
Nah, they picking on the people, man. And like I said, at the end of the day, all of those people that's in that Supreme Court was appointed by who? Not all. Let me not say all, but some of the newest members outside of the one that was just put in.
Yeah.
They was appointed by who?
I want to say Trump.
Yes. And they have the majority. They are 6-3. They have the majority in the courthouse. So now they want to put more like liberal people. They want to put more left, Democrat people in there. Damn. It's not happening. Because you know when them Supreme Court justices get in there, they stay there. They be there for years. Clarence Thomas is still there.
Damn, son.
I'm telling you, man.
You know what? It really bothers me because versus them really tackling the issue, son.
Right.
They just brushing it. Well, nah, forget about them. That's nothing. That doesn't mean anything to y'all. And let's go over there.
Okay. And we're going to show you what happens when they go over there. Just before the July 4th holiday weekend, California gas tax hike couldn't come at a worse time. They are hiking the gas tax in California.
Damn.
Crazy. The pain at the pumps keeps on just getting more painful. The nationwide gas price has been soaring since the Ukraine invasion, resulting in Russian oil sanctions and dreaded inflation. But now there is a new headache that comes in the form of an approved gas tax hike in California. As if drivers didn't have it bad enough, especially if you're driving a gas guzzler like a Shelby GT500. An approved tax hike went into effect today. As of July 1st, just in advance for the 4th of July holiday weekend, gas prices will go up again, despite the feds trying to curb them. California has already been trending because you already seen some of the gas prices pop up all over the internet, right? But now they raising it. They added more tax to the gas. They added more tax. The California gas tax hike is the latest in a string of bad news for car owners. And because they're trying to say the gas tax itself isn't an overwhelming indignity. It comes on top of a whole series of stuff.
Man,
like I said, they can't stop them. They're gonna stop you.
But this is what I was just thinking. I was just thinking over here, right? It's like, all right, these manufacturers and everybody in the whole automotive industry, like, I think they have enough gouda to fight. I would think if they come together, they sit down, they work out a little plan. I think they can fight, son, if they really wanted to.
But it doesn't work in their behalf.
That's what I'm saying. Like they probably don't see a way for them to come out on top of it. They probably could though, son, if they actually sit there and try.
Nah, it doesn't work in their behalf.
Well,
and I'm gonna tell
it's gonna be a Reynolds wrap then.
Now here is the real reason. Ford, Miller, we said we have more info on Ford. Ford eliminates end of lease purchase options for EVs. Can I say that again? Now, for those that lease vehicles, right? You all know you have that one balloon payment at the end. You can either make that payment or you could give the car back and get another one. Right? But they do give you the option to keep it, right? The F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, and E-Transit must be returned to the dealers. So now you're going to get that car. You're going to lease that car. Like, oh, the payment's going to be cheaper. And then I'll take it over. No, Ford is like, when your lease is up, that car got to come back. Damn. So if you leasing that F-150 Lightning, you better take a loan out or something, right? I don't know. You're going to have to give it back. Damn. Ford appears to have designated June as the month for realigning customer rights. A few days ago, the word came that dealers would be able to insert language into the sales contract for the F-150 Lightning, prohibiting buyers from selling the pickup for 1 year after purchase. Whoa. Wow. So now you buy it, you can't sell it. You fall on hard times, you lose your job, you can't sell that F-150 Lightning. You have to bring it back to that dealership. That's one. Matter of fact, John Cena, the wrestler, just got in trouble for doing that with his Ford GT.
What?
Yes, he did. He bought the Ford GT, and when he bought it, he ended up selling it because he's so big he couldn't fit in it. And when Ford got wind of it, they sued him.
Oh.
Ford got wind of him selling that car, and they said, yo, you know what? You can't do that. And they sued him. He ended up having to settle out of court with them.
You trying to tell me it seemed like they don't want us to keep these joints?
No, and I'm going to tell you why. The automaker presents the change as a step forward to its pledge of carbon neutrality by 2050 and an industry-wide effort to lower the MSRPs of EVs. The purchase of the BEV lease is to aid in our goal of delivering carbon neutrality by 2050 by controlling the vehicle battery through its life, keeping it in the Ford network.
Wow, son.
They getting over. They push now. They're going to tell you, you know what? You want an EV? Lease it, bring it back. Why you think that is?
Yo, only thing I could think of reasons being because they're gonna want to try to keep selling it. Keep trying to. I think they're gonna always have a lease option for it, son.
I want to replace those batteries.
That's what I'm saying.
Blow up.
That they're gonna replace them and bring them back out. I'm telling you, son. They know what they're doing with
They
that.
said,
son.
yo, you can't keep it that long because it may catch fire. So we're gonna keep it in the network and change the batteries before it do. But you'll never own it. And this is what I'm saying. They are, yo, I'm telling you,
They want to keep them in rotation, son.
they are
That's
they implementing a whole new thing.
Nah, it's a fact, son.
So now instead of buying a car, because they just said that they're not going to sell anymore by 2030, 2035. From there on, you're going to pay a monthly fee to have this car. And when that monthly fee is up, you're going to take that car back and they're going to give you another one.
Damn. So it seemed like everybody's going to start to do this.
Oh, yeah. If Ford do it, Ford is one of the biggest.
Yeah, son. They're going to do it, son. They figured out, you know what, son? They can't no more lease to own, no more finance. You can lease it for a while and then you got to give it back. We'll give you a new one.
Right.
Every time. This is what I'm saying, man. These things are soulless.
Kid, they're soulless.
These things they have no purpose, bro.
Shout to SP McFarland.
Let's
son.
go.
He said they just created a hustle with electric vehicles. Yes, they did.
Man.
They
Give me your fucking money.
Yo, they said,
Terrible,
listen, you want the F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, or that E-Transit van? Every couple years, it has to come back.
Damn, son.
And you can't keep it. What do they do if you say I'm gonna keep it?
Sue you?
No.
Okay.
They put it on FSD and
Mhm.
have it drive its way back to the dealership.
Damn. He said drive his way back.
Yo,
I believe that, son.
like, yo.
That's one of the options, son.
Rick
Come
James.
on back. Come on back. I
They
believe that,
hustling.
son. I
They
believe
hustling.
that. I believe that.
They hustling.
That's terrible, son.
They hustling.
That's horrible, kid. So, like you said, what happens when you be like, nah, I don't want to give it back?
No,
You're gonna come get it? You're gonna tell it to go back?
it's gonna transform in your garage. Like,
So what happens now if you do got in the garage? They do all that cool gizmo stuff, and you bang up the house. Now what? We told you to give it back.
Gotta give it back.
Damn.
Gotta give it back. Gotta give it back.
And this is what y'all want? Oh man.
And
son.
not only that, remember this: they're giving you all kind of incentives to buy the car.
no,
The
to
government.
rent the car.
No, the government is giving you to buy it, but people are like, I don't want to buy it because what happens when you stuck with it after that couple years?
Yeah.
The batteries go. We just
course.
said that when you change the batteries on a Tesla, it's $20,000.
Nah, like 25.
Telling you, man, they hustling you.
But this is what I mean. This cannot be economically smart. It just can't be, son.
For them, it is.
Yeah, well. I
For
guess.
them, they like, oh, we fine with it.
Yeah, I guess so.
And this is what the CEO of Stellantis was talking about when he said, yo, you know what?
Mhm.
They're gonna make money off of us, man. It's gonna cost a lot of money. He says it's gonna cost a lot of money to have these cars.
But this is my thing. Like, I think they could put their money together to fight this accordingly. So not complying every time, because the more they comply, the more they can put more rules and regulations out. If you show no resistance, they're gonna be oh, we can just do whatever we want to do.
listen, the government is involved. That's it.
All right.
The CEO of Volvo said it, and after he said it, it went downhill. It went downhill.
Obviously, the EP don't got that much muscle. I'm sorry, they don't got that much muscle, son.
Not over the conservative. Let me tell you, I hate to sound like this. I know people are, yo, I could almost smell that Trump is gonna run again.
Damn.
If he does, boy, the whole market is going to change. Everything's going to change. It's going to change. Trust me.
Damn,
it's going to change. And look at the European Union. The European Union clinches landmark ban on new internal combustion cars by 2035.
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
But it says don't be fooled by it though.
It says don't be fooled that you won't be able to. They won't be able to sell them anymore, but there'll still be gas powered cars there. So like I said, you're gonna have these legends of auto, the cars that we want. They're gonna beat it. Damn. There's nothing that's gonna happen to them yet. I can see by 2034 they're gonna make it illegal. Telling you, yo, bro.
All right, man.
We're not even gonna depress y'all anymore, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to a little bit of music. We're gonna do a sound check, make sure everything is good. I know y'all hear us on the live. If you don't hear us, let us know. But
so you wait before we go to that. You trying to tell me like the ultimate factor right now is the Gouda? That's what you trying to tell me? Because they can't mess with those plants because they don't got enough strength.
They don't got enough strength. So those lobbyists pulled the trigger on them, and there's nothing they could do. And there's nothing they could do.
I don't get it, man. I get it, but it's just like, all right, man. It's not what I thought.
Nah, but it's changing even more.
It is. It's getting bad. It's getting bad, man. It's getting bad. Like they're hustling those who want to get the EVs. They hustling us at the tanks. They hustling us everywhere we turn around.
But you know where they're not hustling you?
Where?
At the EV charge pump. At least not yet. At least not yet.
I mean, hell, they're gonna get you with registration with the vehicle. They're gonna get you with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
So the last thing we're gonna talk about here, and I know we got a lot of F1 fans. Ex-Formula One champ softball's Lewis Hamilton apology after racist remark. So this one really, when I read it, I was like, wow, we got to tell the people. So ex-driver and Formula One champion Nelson Piquet faced widespread condemnation and backlash after video footage surfaced of Piquet using racist terminology in his native Brazilian Portuguese language to describe Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton. There has also been some debate over the English translation of the word Piquet used during a 2021 podcast interview. In some context, the word is considered to be Portuguese equivalent of the N-word. And some have equated the word more literally to little black or little colored, both of which are obviously racially motivated translations. Since the footage of Piquet's comments, which were made in regard to a racing incident at last year's British Grand Prix, the Brazilian driver has issued an apology in addition to defending his actions. Lewis Hamilton said, and I quote, "Shout to Hammy.
Let's go, Hammy.
He always, and he always come out on top. Yo, it just goes to show there's racism in a lot of different places in motorsports. NASCAR had got rid of, the flag. Yeah. Because they said it was about time, especially when what's his name? Rusty?
You talking about Wallace? Yeah, you talking about what's his
Bubba
name?
Wallace.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace ran into his issue with them. His name is Piquet. That's hilarious. He said, "Do you expect anything less?" Wow. Lewis Hamilton said, "It's more than a language. These archaic mindsets need to change and have no place in our sport. I've been surrounded by these attitudes and targeted my whole life. There has been plenty of time to learn. Time has come for action."
Damn. You know what bothers me the most is the comfortability, though.
Say it again.
What bothers me the most is the comfortability that these people have like this. Yo, I'm gonna say what I want to say with no regard. Sounds like this
because they ain't never been punched in the face.
What bothers me is like, yo, people really accept it though. Like, you gotta accept it to a point to make him feel comfortable enough to say something like that. Like, when's that gonna stop? Like Hammy says, what action is really gonna come about over this though, bro?
Wait a minute. So we're gonna get into what the guy said. He issued his apology. He said, "Frankly, only one of those can be done at a time whilst appearing sincere." He said, "What I said was ill thought out, and I make no defense for it. But I will clarify that the term used is one that has widely and historically been used colloquially in Brazilian Portuguese as a synonym for guy or person and was never intended to offend. I apologize wholehearted to anyone that was affected, including Lewis. He didn't put Lewis first.
Of course not. How you gonna put him first?
He said, including Lewis, who is an incredible driver.
Sure,
but the translation in some media that is now circulating on social media is not correct. Discrimination has no place in F1 or society, and I'm happy to clarify my thoughts in that respect, he concluded. Wow. It said it should be noted that Piquet has a history of inflammatory behavior within the sport. As recently as 2020, Piquet has referred to Ayrton Senna as gay. Piquet is 69, has also called Enzo Ferrari senile. Piquet is perhaps best known for attacking Chilean driver Eliseo Salazar after Salazar took him out of a race. This guy is off the hook.
Yo, it seems like he's a little bit malnourished, if you ask me, kid. Seems like he just starts speaking without thinking.
Oh,
yeah. Like he's one of those guys.
But then again, he's 69 years old. You got to look at how he was raised, and not for nothing. Like you said, just the comfortability of it.
That's the part that really bothers me the most, is like how comfortable people be just to start talking ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are we still allowing people to do that? Why is people just sitting there? Yeah, man, talk about it. Don't think about it, but talk about it.
And then come right out their face. Like, y'all told this. You like,
what?
Whoa.
And again, like you said, though, Beta One, motorsports for us has never really been in our favor, son.
No.
Never been in our favor, son.
No.
Remember, like you said, with Bubba Wiles, how they had the noose in the garage?
Yes.
Come on, son.
And they wasn't trying to hear it.
Nah. No, yo, it's just the style of the rope when they close it. Is that a joke?
They was dead serious. It was dead serious.
Yo, it is terrible, kid. It's terrible, man.
It was dead serious. It just goes to show, like I said before, it's like, when it comes down to it, it's just that they, like you said, they're just too comfortable.
It's too comfortable.
And then when you checked, you chin checked, it's like, I can't believe they said that to me. They so violent. Nah, man, I tried to tell you was wilding.
And that be the problem. Like, you can say what you want as long as no hands go across. Are you kidding me?
That's a fact, man. Yo, we're going to get to some ride music, rally radio. We're going to do some ride music. If it gets playing the ride, it gets playing rally radio. We're going to play my man Ali Vegas, Supreme Talent, featuring Will Sully. Love this joint right here. These guys, this joint right here, I love listening to it. I listen to it when I'm driving.
Let's go.
I listen to it, like it's one of those that get me hyped up, man. It could be an alarm clock song. So after we come back, we jumping into, right?
What's that?
It's Tech Talk.
It's gonna be very interesting to say the least. You know how we get down, man. It's the bearded one here.
S.I Shawn, baby. Let's go.
Let's get it. You know how we do.
Hey yo, man. I done been to the four corners of the world, man. And every time I touch down, I hear about this nigga Ali Vegas. But I could never put ears on him, man, or eyes on him, man. So tell me, like, what he rhyme like? What his rhymes do for you? Like, who is he lyrically?
He fat cat breaking down his first brick. He Chaz knocking off his first bang. He's supreme looking out for the team. Tell me what y'all think. He eat money bags and stretching them. Going at whoever he feel disrespecting them. Been putting on for Queens since the team. The whole borough is in debt to him.
They say I'm black just with chuckers and spennies. They say I'm land surviving the city. Say I'm wall demanding it's enough for us all. Grab a pie and slice it up with me because I hate to see my borough divided. Every time my borough collided, while other boroughs, my borough survived it. And yeah, Shan lost the KRS, but Jay lost the NAS. So present day, my borough the best. Y'all know the drama. When you chasing commas, racist cops and spiteful baby mamas, still living large. Teachers weren't feelings too afraid to steal their cars. Peace, beloved. My thoughts escape the course to reach the public. Long as the pioneers and the teachers love it, I get my rap diploma, covering up crack aroma by bleaching the covers. Can't tell difference between red carpet and concrete when my sneakers touch it. They say my flow is like Lefty and Jazz. I refuse to let the environment that I'm a product get left in the past. Just some fly Queens niggas that kept up with parents. So you can see it in 3D like Clarence. Play this back a time or two if you ever want to know why Queens niggas rhyme the way we do. See, it's 100 dope things on the park bench. Niggas ain't been through the park since the youngin' shot it up where the darts went. Hustle screaming out where the knocks went. Come through the block with some dark tent. Star studded, play your park bench. Black syndicate, nigga, we rich. Dash, tell these rap niggas they in some deep shit. We got the block looking like a ski trip. Overdrive, cooking with C-Click. Teacher said I wouldn't be shit. She must have been freebasing. I'm a descendant of a Freemason. My uncle is a great 9. Happy birthday, nosy niggas. Have a great time.
Woo! I love that joint, man.
Yeah, he was wilding.
I love that joint. I love the beat. My man Will Sully come on like he fat cat. I love that.
He was bugging on
joint
that.
is fire. But with that being said, he made it back. You know where we going, right? Let's get
What's
it.
that?
It's Tech Talk with Pop the Bearded One and S.I Shawn.
All right, this Tech Talk, you know, is brought to you by the Bearded One, the S.I Shawn.
Let's go.
Used car service.
Let's go.
If you haven't heard, I don't know if y'all have ever been to a situation where you want to buy a used car, you don't know what you're getting into, and you're not too sure, don't forget you can hit up the Bearded One, the S.I Shawn.
Let's
we
go.
do come by and we do check out that used car.
Factory.
We do have a price point. We do have a checklist that we like to go through and make sure that the car is good for you to buy.
Absolutely.
Trust me, you rather the professionals look at it before you buy it. And with that being said, this episode is being sponsored by that.
It's Tech Talk with Pop the Bearded One and S.I Shawn.
All right, so now we're going to jump right into it. Getting right into our Tech Talk. Now, I know the Tech Talk part is where we like to rock ourselves. What's going on, my man Dave? What's popping? He said, peace to my dudes on the check-in. Yo,
Let's
the Pro
go.
Drive P25. Now, we talked about this just a little bit. The Pro Drive P25 sold out fast. The WRC bodywork and the EJ25 block. We already talked about the Pro Drive, said it was only going to be 25 of them made.
Yeah.
Now, this is supposed to be like, you know, their dedication to rally, right?
Yeah.
They sold out, and they sold at $500,000 a piece.
What?
Give me your fucking money.
$500,000 a piece, and they sold out in a matter of minutes. Wow.
Come on, son.
They made a cool Billy.
In no time.
That's what I'm saying. Like not saying a Billy, but y'all know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like they made some bread real quick, real fast, kid. Shout out to Subaru. They saw y'all coming a while back. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they did, especially, you know, the whole thing with the STI being, you know, not out.
Right.
And they feel like it's going down the drain because Toyota taking shots and doing whatever.
Toyota got them back pedaling.
Son, but look what they just did though.
But Toyota got 20% stock in Subaru, right?
That's true.
So let's see what Subaru does.
That's true.
Y'all gonna continue to let them kick you in your balls, but at the end of the day, the EJ25 that's out. And shout to my man Jay. Yo, shout to Jay. Happy birthday, Jay.
Let's go. Happy B-Day, Jay.
Today is Jay's
Let's
birthday. Happy birthday to him. I hope he driving that Lex hard. I know he's
word too.
outside with the RSF.
No, ISF.
ISF. I know he outside with that hard. But
I ain't gonna front though. This P25 is nasty street though.
I mean, it is ridiculous.
Son.
It is ridiculous.
So is this not the 22B?
This has the EJ25 and I believe it's a 22B. Just to get to it a little bit. Let's look at some of the upgrades. The engine of the P25 is a highlight, making 400 horsepower and 433 pounds of torque.
Dirty.
Something interesting, but it is that it used the EJ25 as its base rather than the smaller displays in EJ20, like the Japanese market, WRX STIs, and even the race cars Pro Drive has built in the past. So it does not have the 22B in it. It has an EJ25.
But you know what though? They definitely modernized it though.
They modernized it. It has a sequential 6-speed transmission.
It's fire, and they got the floor mounted pedals too.
Oh my god!
Nasty,
And it has
son.
front and rear LSDs. It has
Oh,
LSDs
damn.
on all wheels. Whoa!
Oh,
The center
snap.
diff is stock. That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. I ain't gonna front though, man. We're gonna post some pictures up of this because this is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It to tell you the truth, I like the fact that they went with the old body.
I did too, because this is, if you ask me, this is again when Subaru was like, bring it.
Yes,
This is when they was like, yo, we doing it.
yes. I
Telling you,
love
kid.
that body.
Yeah, that's nasty, son. That's the 22B body.
I love that. Well, the 22B I think was a two-door. Yes.
Yeah, it's a two-door too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, man.
With the nasty wide red, that was a 22B.
And for them to only build 25 and this fly under the radar is hilarious.
At 500 bands.
500 bands.
Give me your fucking money.
They see you coming, man.
Yeah, who
Word up.
says Subaru can't sell cars?
They surely sold these. They said it sold out 500,000 in a matter of 3 days. Yes. Shout out to my man Paul SP McFarlane. He said, "Yo," he said they went all out. Yes, they did. I mean, but it sounds almost like a STI of that year, like 400 horsepower, 432 pounds of torque.
I mean, that's like an extra 100 more. But yeah, it does. It sounds like
it's a 25 though. It's not the smaller motor. It's not the EJ20.
It's the big engine too. So you know what? If you ask me, it's just like a bored out STI engine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe the boost is turned up.
Boost is definitely turned up, and it definitely got a nasty brake setup on this one though. So this brake setup look like it's almost carbon ceramic.
Oh boy!
Oh no, they are carbon ceramic.
And not
two-piece.
It made its public debut last weekend at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and while there, the ProDrive chief engineer Richard Thompson took us through some very interesting thoughts of the car itself. Now, here's my thing. Yeah. That Goodwood Festival of Speed, you know that was these EVs, man. Oh man, and don't get me wrong, I'm pissed off about all of them, but they really showed out there and at Pikes Peak.
Yeah, I agree.
So that Acura, remember we talked about the 2023 Acura Integra? It came in 9th in its class. 9th. I'm like, it came in 9th in his class.
Now you got bid on thinking about one of them now. Like,
no. I ain't say all of that. Still basura. That's my opinion.
Still garbage.
Still trash. But I mean, you just got to be impressed with it.
Damn. So what did that Tesla do? You seen the numbers for that one?
Tesla.
Yeah. Then wasn't they supposed to compete?
I think
somebody was bringing something out there.
To tell you the truth, the only EV I paid attention to was the one at the Goodwood Festival. You know who did not?
Wait, you talking about that Ford van thing?
Yeah. No. That was the Batmobile looking car. Did you see it?
Oh yeah. Okay.
It has only one driver. It was one seat, and they said he actually killed it. But I don't care.
Nah, I'm not impressed.
At the end of the day, it is still garbage, in my opinion.
I ain't gonna front though, man. This P25 is nasty though, son.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Not gonna lie to you.
It's ridiculous. But
it's like the height of Subaru right here. Like this is where they was at.
That's where they was living. But you know who didn't make it up Pikes Peak?
Who?
Ken Block.
Oh, with the Porsche?
So yes, you remember Ken Block was building the Porsche that he's gonna do the hill climb with. 1,200 horsepower.
Yeah,
pink Porsche called the Pink Unicorn or whatever have you. Did not even make it up the mountain. It didn't even go.
Oh wait, so it didn't even go?
No, it didn't even make it. Looked like they ran into engine trouble and they had to shut down the whole plan.
Damn.
It's ridiculous. It says, which is hilarious. Not hilarious on Ken Block's side because he tried to do something. The Hoonipigus.
Yeah.
In other words, the Hoonin Pegasus.
Yeah.
It says it was definitely gonna run up. It had 1,400 horsepower. It was ridiculous.
Yo, wait.
Retro 911.
Son, that joint got a Gran Turismo band at the top?
Oh, did it?
Oh yeah. Wow. Got head out there, man.
He bricked. He can't have a Gran Turismo band and brick like that though.
Yo, he blinked. So he blinked at the Pikes Peak. Like, nah, man, this ain't happening today.
Man.
I'm telling you, son.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy.
He had two separate engine component failures, and he was only able to put in one run yesterday towards in the middle of the mountain during practice. The Porsche weighed 2,200 pounds. It was a vintage 911 race car. Features a mid-mountain 4-liter twin-turbo engine that produced 1,400 horsepower. The forces at play in this motor are obvious, so it doesn't come as a massive shock that something gave out during testing. Shout to him for giving it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It just sucks that he bricked.
Yeah, so
I'd have loved to see that, and then to hear that those EVs was running, that really upsets me.
Yeah, it definitely boils me, son. It grinds my gears. EV when I know about that.
My gears, but this is what it is, man. It is what it is.
It's suicide.
Sometimes you got to put it down. Ain't nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It was good that he gave it a shot. But looking more into it, Lamborghini Huracan has a recall that is almost too small to notice.
Really?
I don't think no recall is that small. If they recalling it, it's dangerous.
That's a fact.
There's no way around it. If they recalling it, it's dangerous.
Interesting. This is the second recall Lamborghini has, huh?
That we know.
That's we know, yeah.
And Ferrari even had a nasty one too. Says the Lamborghini Huracan does have the same production numbers as a mass-produced car like a Civic. Shout to them. Ideally, that means each Lambo is given the utmost attention. Craftsmanship and MSRP reflects that.
Yeah, sure it does.
Lamborghini has issued a recall for both the Huracan EVO and the Huracan STO. More to point, 100% of the 21 units made thus far are said to suffer from the defect. Thankfully, it's rather minor with a door not opening. Or is it? There's a reason we use the word too small. It might sound like a non-issue when these cars typically do thousands of miles across the first 10 years of their lives, but a busted door handle can be an issue in an emergency because it's only 2 doors. It might not be possible to open the unlocked door on the left side by using the outside door handle.
That's ridiculous.
Posing an entrapment risk. This failure could lead to the inability to operate the handle from the outside of the vehicle with a safety risk in case of emergency. The door can be opened from the inside at any time. How you got a $300,000 car who can't open the door?
I don't know, man, and that bothers me. They talking about it receives the utmost attention and the blah blah hoopla. They don't put out as much as the Honda Civic, but you still got recalls though.
But you know what though? It does have a 640 horsepower V10, so I'll let it go.
Yo, you a fool. So I hear that, but I don't like the shot that they take it. No, I don't like that. I don't like them saying that it receives all this attention, but you still manage to brick though. I don't understand. It's confusing. Well, you make 15 of these things, and
you screwed up on the doors. But this is overtime. That's the only thing I could look at.
Overtime. So all right. So when they're assembling these things, that recall is taking place as soon as they're assembling that thing. It just has to happen over time. So that means they missed a detail.
Wait a minute. Let's think about some of the recalls we've heard of in the past couple shows that we do. Cars catching fire.
All right.
That's one. Cars rolling away.
That's 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I keep going.
But wait though. You got a valid point though, but I love the V10, I do, but I don't like that they say they pay so much attention to these things that you turn around and I can nearly get trapped in it though.
Yo, $328,000. You be mad if you walk over to the driver's side door and
it's not opening.
That's embarrassing. Yo, son.
Keep the change, you filthy.
I ain't gonna see y'all. That's what I'm saying, baby. I'm taking it back, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm good now.
You owe me today.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. It got the V10 making all that power, but you can't even get in it. It's useless. Son. You can't even get in it though. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been tons of recall, like the bid one said though, but I don't like when I see Lamborghini and Ferrari up there though.
That's one I would be upset.
That bothers me. Cause I confront, I haven't we've been into this for a while now, and I haven't heard Lamborghini with these recalls like this.
Yes, it's out of control.
Haven't heard of. First, you got the engine compartment, plastic piece folding them, Ventador. First off, how you got plastic on that car is like $400,000, which is beyond me. Got plastic on there, son. Flying off, doing $120. You kidding me?
They did say after mileage because of the heat in the engine.
All right, let's be real.
But wait a minute. We talking about a Tesla that's catch fire so you can bring it home. I'm sorry, it's not the same.
How about the Honda? You gotta leave them parked outside those 50 feet from the crib. You're right though.
You gotta put it over there,
son. You're right.
You gotta put your Ford. You gotta put your Ford. Don't put it on a slant because it may roll away if you.
Yo, you gotta back the joint up against the house so it won't move, son. Yo, it's crazy. I get it. It's crazy.
What about a Mustang?
Yeah.
You in 5th gear showing you in reverse. Remember they had the recall on the gear?
Yeah, son. Because of the computers. Yo, you're right. I can from recalls is at all-time high right now. So, how about Toyota with the EV wheels falling off?
Yo.
That's crazy.
Think about some of them recalls.
I go front though, son. It is at an all-time high if you ask me, son. It is.
That's it. When you think about these recalls, you gotta say to yourself, yo.
Which one I live with? Right. Yeah. Either one.
Yo, I could live with I've dealt with my CRX.
I probably could. You're right.
I dealt. Yo,
I don't mind getting in the passenger side.
Nah, and not for nothing. I've dealt with my door being locked for you. Yo, I was super ill at it for like a year. Son. But at the end of the day,
damn, it was a fool.
At the end of the day,
yeah.
I'd rather put up with that than it rolling away.
Nah, I would too. I ain't gonna lie.
Or with it telling me it's in fifth and it's really in reverse.
You're right, son. Damn.
Or with it blowing up.
You're right.
Or with the brake cap, i.e. Ferrari.
Damn.
It happens.
Now when you making two of these cars.
Damn, son.
You making about 2 of them, B. 2. And you got your best people on that.
And yeah, somebody's getting fired.
That's what I'm saying. See, when you start looking at it like that, it's like, yo, it ain't even much y'all have to do. Y'all don't got to sit here and do 9,900 of these joints. You're doing like 3. B.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Damn, son.
Y'all pissing S.I Shawn.
I'm telling you, man, because it's bad, man.
Y'all pissing S.I Shawn off. Y'all better stop.
I'm telling you.
So, with that being said, we're going to get into a little bit of the rumor mill. And the rumor mill has it that BMW wants to build the M5 wagon.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to press this.
What?
I got to stop the music and everything for this. The rumor mill has it that BMW wants to build the M5 wagon. And guess what?
Man.
We got a fresh report from my wallet.
He said
My wallet has just spoken into the mic. Take my money.
He said I got a fresh report from my wallet. Yo, the bad one's a fool, I tell you.
Yo, I'm going to tell you,
son.
kid.
He's a fool.
The BMW wants to build the M5 wagon. We got to turn the music off.
Nah,
because
for real,
BMW is finally realizing that people want fast, powerful wagons. Now,
wait, whoa, I got hold
Let's go.
Hold on.
Let's go.
They just now realizing this?
They just now realized.
Son, I know you remember, you know better than me, that wagons had a point, son. Was ridiculous. Remember when Audi had that S?
Yes.
That S4 wagon, son?
Ridiculous.
6-speed.
Ridiculous.
Oh, man, son.
I'll give you another one, even though it wasn't 6-speed. I know you won't agree with me.
Mhm.
That Dodge Magnum.
I ain't confront that SRT8 one was hard. It was hard body. It was even Volvo with the V70R wagon, 6-speed, nasty, dual intercooler joint. I don't
E-Class wagon. You got
man, son, the E60. But this is what I'm saying. I feel like wagons still could get a shot, son. How they can't?
Well, it
Let's
looks
go.
like BMW has finally heard the people. We all know that they came out with the M wagon that's overseas.
They finally dropped the G. What is it? Maybe the
M3 Touring.
Yeah,
wagon.
son. Are you kidding me, son?
Oh boy, I can't wait to see that in a rally. I'd love to see those pull up. And like I said, we had to put it on mute.
Yo,
because
let's go, son.
So now they're talking about that if they do make it, oh goodness, the total output should be around 750 horsepower.
What? All right, hold on. See, I'm all for numbers and all that, but come on, son.
Don't put your kids in it,
Son, that's a little bit crazy now, son. That's mad. What are you doing with that?
manual.
Oh yeah. If it's manual, forget about it. It makes all of this sense, then, son. I get it. Son.
So it really and look,
It's probably gonna be a hybrid.
It says BMW will finally jump into the battle against the Audi RS6 Avant and Mercedes
Let's go.
AMG E63 wagons,
Let's
both
go.
of which have gone without competition from the M division since
Telling
the
you,
E61
son.
left production.
Telling you.
Both Audi and Mercedes managed to create a business case for the U.S. despite it being a limited market for wagon sales by offering an SUV like A6 all-road and the E-Class all-terrain. Perhaps BMW could also create a lifted 5 Series Touring to offset the cost of selling the M5 here. Even if BMW does build an M5 Touring, there's zero guarantee it will come to the U.S. market. We haven't been able to buy an M5 Touring since the E34 generation, which was produced last century.
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
And that is our question. That is my question for today, for right now with our tech talk. If you could choose any automaker to make a wagon, and you could take any car to make that wagon, what would it be?
I hope y'all listening, people. I hope so. But you know what though? Even Ferrari got a wagon.
They got
that FF.
Yes,
they got one.
But we never seen it.
I seen one. No, I seen one the other day. A black one.
What?
Yeah, out there on the island.
Well, where else, right?
They got a black one. Same Ferrari got a. That's a really, really well thought out question. That was nice, huh?
What wagon would you want? What car company would you love? And what car would you love to see them turn into a wagon? That is actually tough.
I think they do a bang up job with certain whips turn into a wagon, son. Like they still
so,
looks really proportioned properly, looks
Yes.
really well.
Yes.
Like that M3 Touring, son, that they got over there.
Beautiful. Beautiful to say the least.
Damn, that's a good one, son.
What would it be? What, in your opinion, what would make one hell of a wagon and from what company? Damn. What company would I choose to build this? So if I gotta choose a car company,
let's go.
You already, I don't know who this is. This may
That's a tough one.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box.
Let's go. Let's
Phil,
go.
it's you?
Yeah, I'm calling y'all from the H-Town, man. I'm an hour behind. I almost missed the whole damn show.
Damn.
You in Houston right now?
Reserve.
Oh, let's go. What's good out there?
Loving it, man. I'm here for Houston Carnival. You know how I do, man.
Loopy.
He said I'm out there for Houston.
Loopy, let's go.
Yo,
Phil, let's
Phil,
go.
we live through you.
That's a fact. Let's go.
Can we get some pictures, please?
I can't do that, man. That's evident.
He said I can't do that. I hear that.
I'm calling to answer your question about the wagon.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I want to hear this.
First thing that came to mind, it's a twofer. I'm gonna need that CT4 and that CT5 Blackwing wagon.
Nasty.
Cadillac, 100%.
But wait a minute. Cadillac had that in a wagon.
They did.
Not the
not the black
wagon.
Right.
Yeah.
They had the CTSV wagon.
Second gen CTSV wagon.
Yo,
It's funny enough.
Yeah.
It didn't sell when it came out, but then all of a sudden now you look for a CTSV wagon right now in good condition. You're not paying less than 100 bands for it.
Nah, it's a fact. You know what's funny?
Speed. All the automatics is still costing more than they were brand new with miles.
Wow.
You know what's crazy? I seen one the other day on the highway, maybe about a month ago, a black one, but he had slicks on the back though. It was crazy. He had it on the trailer and all that.
He was racing.
He's racing that one.
So if you was to have a wagon built, you want Cadillac to do it.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
See, I love the CTSV wagon.
Nah, I do too. I ain't gonna front.
They would definitely the CT4 or 5 Blackwing wagons.
Oh,
be absolutely stupid. I'm gonna need that.
Absolutely.
He said absolutely over the top.
Damn,
that's a good one, son.
I didn't think of that one. That was actually a good call because I was going another route.
I said, hold on, wait. I gotta ask this for both of y'all though, and for the people listening. So, are y'all able to choose these wagons because y'all seen them in a saloon variant first, or y'all doing it just off how I think the car will look? Because that's really interesting because a lot of cars that they have as wagons were saloons first.
What do you think, Phil? You choosing the black one because you've seen what Cadillac is capable of, right?
Exactly. And because they definitely did come out with the sedan or the saloon variant first.
Yeah.
And judging by what they did with the CTS,
that's what I'm saying. It's like
versus the wagon. Like I know that the Blackwing wagon would be absolutely ridiculous.
Nah, that would be nasty street. See, that's why that one is a hard one because that's a tough one. Son.
I can't front.
It's tough.
I would love to see.
What?
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
I would love to see an Aston Martin Vanquish V12 wagon. I know that's crazy. Yo, Phil, I know that's
Yo.
Could you imagine all that engine and all that back? Oh boy.
Let's go. Oh boy. Yo. Damn. Son.
Imagine.
That would be pretty serious.
That'd be a serious piece of equipment, son. Like, imagine how, like, forget the power because of V12, but I mean, just how would they be able to freak it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause see, now it's a harder one to kind of visualize because you ain't never see that photo one, so it's kind of tough.
Right,
it's tough. Even though they do have photo Astons, but not like that though, son.
Oh my goodness,
I like that.
That's a tough one, son. Damn,
that would be my go-to because I feel like a one of one from them means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like a one of one, they're like, oh, we're gonna build you a wagon, boy.
Damn, son.
It would have what's yours?
See, that's a tough. I'm over here contemplating because I'm like this. It's tough. It's tough. Damn, man, that's a tough one, son.
So that's man. What you talking about, man? What's your choice, bro?
He holding back over there.
I'm trying to think. So I think I would like. I think I would like to see. Pagani do something. I think I'd love to see a Zonda wagon, son.
With gold wing doors towards the rear.
Craziness, son.
That's another point.
I'm trying to think of how that'll even work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it still gonna be mid-engine? Like, what's gonna be mid-engine? What? Like, that's what I'm saying. It will be something to see.
It's gonna be like the Renault Clio, got the engine behind the back.
Boy.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be something crazy like that.
You know, that's one of my favorite joints, though.
I'd love to see that one. Son.
You know, they're gonna be eligible for import soon.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
And you know what?
The V6 Renault Clio, the mid-engine V6 Renault Clio.
And not for nothing, Phil, the way the EU is going, those cars are going to be shipped out of there as fast as possible.
Factory.
They already,
100%.
You heard they already limiting they told 2035. That's it. That's it. There's no, no, they're like,
no more new cars. There's no more new cars. No more new cars. No more new gas cars.
No more new. The GTR is no longer sold in Europe.
Yeah, so damn.
And they not even giving Ferrari or Lamborghini that exemption because they created a V12 that's been part of Italy's history. They could care less
about on damn history.
So we're gonna get one of them. By the time that car make it over here, I should have the stable. I should have a little bit of things set aside. You know what I mean? But Phil, will you be back before Sunday?
Yeah. I'm coming back Monday.
All right, because you know we got July 10th. We hitting the streets. We're gonna take a nice drive. I really don't like to tell people the destination, but I will because I know people are listening. We're gonna take a drive to the Hawk's Nest.
Oh, going up there.
He said up there. You make me nervous. He said,
I've been to the Hawk's Nest before. That's a good drive.
That's a good drive. We're gonna get out there at 8 a.m. We're gonna take our speed and greet up there, get up there, eat, chill, make our way back. That's gonna be a good speed and greet.
That should be smooth,
right? We get to get up with everybody, drive with everybody. It's gonna be real good, man. So, what's the one thing you saw in Houston, kid, that you could report back to Rally Radio and let us know this is where we need to be? What's that one thing you saw?
Honestly, I ain't even really been outside like that. I just got in last night. So I'm getting some food. So I haven't really seen anything to report back yet, other than the fact that the roads are phenomenal.
Stop.
And I want to do 180 miles an hour down everything. I do not know how everybody down here still has a driver's license.
Yo, and there's roads with the speed limit exercises is 80-mile-an-hour option.
Damn.
Yeah. It's 6 lanes wide.
No way.
Nobody yet.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
What? That's enough for me, man.
Sounds like another rally.
It does.
Sounds like a rally to Cali.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
So you didn't drive?
I don't. No. I flew down.
Oh, okay.
I got my boys in Dallas, so I flew down to Dallas and drove up there.
Damn, so
I'm gonna have to, man. We got to get outside, son. This is why I love you.
We do.
So when you do see something, Phil, because one thing I'm looking for out there. I keep seeing these crazy cars with the rims that poke out crazy. Have you seen any of that?
I haven't seen any of that yet. I know you're talking about.
You seen it, right? I gotta see if this interrupts traffic because they poke out like 5 feet.
There's a lot of trucks out here.
Of course,
a lot of trucks out here. They love their trucks out here, boy.
I feel like I need one of them too. Yo, Phil. One more question before you get off the phone. I gotta ask you, right? Now, our driver's etiquette question, right? Let's say it's now 2035. They've tried to implement, right? And there's a chance for you to get your Mustang Resto mod, but it has to be an EV motor. Do you want it?
Nope.
Why not? It's your car.
What's the point?
It's your car. But they said, listen, we can't have gas engines. They yanked the motor and they say, here's an electric motor.
Damn, son. Yank the engine, yank the transmission. Here you go.
What's your thoughts on
Nope.
So
not doing it.
And even though this is your car, this is a car you built.
I'd rather watch it crushed than swap the EV motor.
Damn. But they let you keep the wheels and the taillights.
I would rather have it crushed.
He repeated it.
You can't win.
I hear that.
Damn, son.
Damn, Phil, really?
Yep.
He said,
No.
I'd
rather have it go out the way it was supposed to go out than the blaspheme of swapping an electric drivetrain.
Damn, son.
It's like they just cut the balls off when they do that, right? Like that's
exactly.
It just don't got no more back to it now. It's like you just soft.
Exactly. Nah, that's a dump. That is a dump.
Damn,
that's
Phil?
ridiculous. I
did not hear it though.
I'd crush it first before that happens.
Before they come to get the cars, sticks of dynamite in it. We're over there just giggling like, boom, we gonna blow the whole.
That's a fact. No, that's real. That's real.
Yo, Phil, thanks for calling. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for checking in, even though you're on vacation.
Factory,
bro.
yo, definitely.
We appreciate that. And I can't wait to see you out there in the street when we hit the street on next Sunday.
Factory.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna be there. It's not a question.
Let's go. Yo, you know what? One more question. I saw you did a sealing on your car. Did you do it, or you took it?
Yeah, I did it.
How long it took?
I did that. About 5 or 6 hours total.
Phil
ain't playing, son.
Working. I hear you, Phil. Yo, holla at us, man. Enjoy that Houston weather.
Word up.
Enjoy that food and enjoy them roads. And please report back to us. Let us know how your trip went when you get back.
No doubt.
All right?
All right, fellas.
All right, kid. Take it easy. Later. Oh, man. Phil is in the street. Everybody
outside,
in the street
son. Outside.
Everybody in the street.
Everybody in the
Jay
street.
in the street.
Yeah, of course. Jay in the street. Everybody outside, man.
Everybody outside, man. But I wish, with that being said, here we go.
Driver's etiquette. Because sometimes you got to get this.
Got to get off your chest a little bit, man.
All right, man. With that being said, man, listen, I thought about this the other day. I was sitting there as I was, got another call.
We go.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Hey, it's your boy Jay.
Yo, Jay, what it is?
Let's go, Jay.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy born day, fam.
Thank you. Totally appreciate it, man. What you call it? I was calling in because y'all were talking about these wagons.
Oh, the wagons, son. The wagons.
What car company, Jay? If you could have any car wagonized, what would it be, and what car company would you run with?
I also got another one too. I do. Let's go.
You know what?
I
forgot about this. So it's two of them. I know it sounds biased, but I would love to see an RCF shooting break.
Oh boy. Really?
And you know what? Absolutely. Why? Because no one ever thinks about those cars as is, and that's perfectly fine. Another one, well, as an alternative to an M5 fighter, would be a GSF wagon.
That'll probably be nasty, son. What?
Yo, you
That'll
really
nasty,
playing
son.
dirty pool over there.
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Wow.
Think about it. Like, you want the M5? You want your M5 to work in like 5 years.
Ooh, he taking shots.
It's suicide.
He taking
Hey.
shots.
I ain't gonna front that M5 would be nasty though.
I can't front. Even I'm thinking about that M5.
They
Boy.
crazy.
Oh, the M5 is nasty. Oh man, y'all see the reveal for the M3 in that purple?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god.
They playing BMW is like, yo, they giving them all out. And they got one more heritage vehicle they coming out with that's supposed to be stupendous.
I think it's like the M1, I think. I think I'm thinking about that one. Right. Yeah, the M1.
You might be right, kid.
The M1. The
Yeah.
That's what they talking about.
Damn. Son.
Yeah.
That's what they talking about.
Yeah.
But it's still so much left up on the table, man.
It is. It is.
When it comes down to BMW, I feel like, they're gonna be a car company that's gonna have to really like do what they don't want to do.
No, I think they're gonna have to do what they should have did. They should have did, huh? You know what I'm saying? Listen, they need to sit down. I think a lot of problems with these manufacturers, they don't sit down and listen.
Yes.
They don't listen, they just act and act.
Well, you got to think that most of them are trying to follow the trend. And
Factory, that's what I'm saying.
And for the most part, most of them are basically kind of at the mercy of the EU, and which it's full of people who don't drive.
It's true.
You know, because because they're trying to they're telling BMW, okay, convince your buyers to buy an electric M car now. Like, how does that work?
It's true.
Literally, though. Literally.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
But then to answer the other question, though, have you guys ever noticed that the newer vehicles now, the quality has absolutely tanked?
Oh, yeah, they went down.
Oh, yeah. They talked about J.D. Power and Associates said that Buick.
that was a legend, baby.
They said Buick has the best quality.
Come on, son.
When the last time Buick won
that?
71.
What'd you say, Jay, or who?
Buick, you mean Vauxhall. Because those are Vauxhalls.
Those are Vauxhalls. That's a fact. I got to say that, though. So, Jay, last question. And like I said, shout to you for your birthday. Appreciate you for calling in on your birthday.
Absolutely.
There's many things you could be doing, but you're tuned in and you listening. I gotta ask you a question.
What's up?
Your ISF.
Mm-hmm.
They've come for your car, and they're gonna yank your motor, and they're gonna take your transmission, and they're gonna put in an electric motor in your car. It's a Restamon.
An electric drivetrain.
Would you want that
train.
or not? Would you be okay with
that?
Or not?
I gotta. I'm taking the bus.
Damn.
I'll hate from inside the bus. Damn it! That's not even my car no more at that point in time.
Wow,
that's real.
It's like Walking Dead. Like when they be seeing they be like, "That's your aunt."
But
she's not your aunt anymore.
That's
she's
a
demon.
That's a fact.
But you know what? Though, before you actually see this nowadays. You see a lot of these Restamons coming back as electric cars.
That's why I asked, because there's a company out there that's taking R32s, tearing them down, and building you new R32s. But not like they're using EV platforms, but you have some like the Shelby Cobras.
Yeah.
People, the Ford GTs, they're putting EV motors in those cars.
For real?
Did you imagine Cal Shelby coming back from the grave and seeing his cars now as an EV?
Boy. And Carol Shelby was definitely into motorsports.
Yeah, he was. He was a driver.
He was a driver and he was a builder.
Yeah, he's an engineer behind it.
And I don't think anybody would be happy with electric. Like, I'm going to tell you, electric cars ran the scene this weekend or for the past week. Pikes Peak, Goodwood, Festival of Speed, and nobody cares.
Nah, son.
But you know what they were talking about, though, right? They were talking about that four-rotor Corvette, though.
We said the four-rotor Vet, right?
That was silly.
Yeah, the four-rotor Vet.
See, stuff like that.
Nasty, man.
Stuff like that gets me. Even though I hate I don't know if I'll remove a Vet motor for.
That's a bit controversial. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't do that neither. But that's my thing. You can't swap a electric powertrain and think this is gonna be noise.
Like, and think I care.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, it's gonna be like this.
And not for nothing, they're gonna run better times. They don't have to deal with the altitude and nothing like none of that.
Yeah, that's fine. Instantaneous torque, which is great. That's good. That's all well and good.
But it's soulless.
Who cares? I'm sorry.
Right.
Who cares?
It's soulless.
Who cares?
But you know what? At that point in time, it's just an overhyped golf cart.
Not real talk though. It's just a big RC car. If you ask me,
you filthy animal.
it's a big RC car.
Overhyped go-kart, golf cart. With that being said, Jay, we appreciate you greatly. We're gonna have some. I know you're showing up next week, Sunday, right?
Well, absolutely.
Yo, we're gonna take a drive to the Hawk's Nest.
Let's go.
And we're gonna.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Let's go. We all outside.
That's it.
Everybody who's listening, you invited. If you could get your car to the Southern State, exit 13.
Yep.
What did he say it was? The Welcome Center?
Yeah.
That's what we're meeting up at. 8 a.m. Clutches is dropping and hitting the gas. Let's go. Yo, Jay.
Very nice.
Thank you for calling up. You got any birthday shout outs you want to give out? Just,
you know what, to the folks out here, thank y'all. I appreciate it, man. Hit me up. I'm pretty much open for the whole day.
Let's go. We rerunning for that day. With that being said, man, Jay, thanks for calling in. We're gonna finish strong, kid. Appreciate
Let's go.
All right. Later.
One.
Yo, shout out to Jay, man.
Factory.
Can't wait to see everybody's cars. Nice, it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if the weather's bad, man. We did the Dragon's Tail in rain.
Oh,
Can't
man,
tell
son.
me nothing.
That's it, son. That's it. But yeah, I did have one more company. I think I would like them to do a wagon.
Let's go. What you got?
Alfa Romeo. What?
Yo,
what?
The Giulia? Boy.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, son.
Style?
With the quad exhaust? You crazy? 6-speed?
It hit me in my heart. But
come on, son.
That's what I mean. I feel
Come
like
on,
the wagon
son.
doesn't get enough love.
You know what the problem was, man? People loved the wagon at first.
Yes.
But somewhere along the lines, I guess, you know what it was? They were too low. That was the problem. That's when crossovers came about.
Yo, shout the Marlon.
Let's go,
Marlon
Marlon.
says super no running ring. Early.
What? Yeah, Marlon, it's okay. We understand, man. We understand.
He said, so and Marlon also said, but I will remove a rotary for LS1 and the 3rd Gen RX-7. I wouldn't do that either.
I would never do that. I'm not removing no LS, nothing for anything. It's me. I'm not doing it.
Even for the Mazda RX-7, would you take the rotary out? No, I wouldn't.
No, I'm not dropping that rotary out for no LS. I ain't doing that.
Here's my thing when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really with the crossbreeding.
Nah, it's not really my thing neither. I ain't with that.
I can understand if there was a more powerful rotary, which there is.
Yeah.
You do have a 4 rotor.
You got the 3 rotors and all that. Yeah, you got the 3 rotors and whatnot. Mm-hmm.
Like even with my CRX, yeah, the motor that comes in it is nothing. But when you drop a Type R in it, yeah. But you won't see me trying to put an SR20 in it. That's I don't care how much power it makes. It's sacrilegious.
It is. It's unsanctioned,
It's
son.
unsanctioned.
It's unsanitary. You do that there.
So you know we wouldn't do that. Shout to Eric Till Blunt. Shout to Marlon. We see y'all out there. Don't forget next week, if it's no rain, 8 in the morning. Well, we're gonna be there anyway, but 8 in the morning, exit 13 on the Southern State Welcome Center. We are making our way to the Hawk's Nest.
That's it, Marlon. $1 boost down, baby.
Dollar boost
down,
turns,
baby. You be
man.
good.
You know it get crazy. You know, Marlon about to he about to. Wow.
Let's go.
But with that being said, right?
Yeah.
Just to get into the etiquette a little bit. No, I wouldn't. I would feel the same way that Phil does, and I thought about that. I see them resto modding all kind of different cars.
Yeah,
and I see so many different things. They put in electric motors, like I said, in the
Ford GT, sir.
The Ford GT40.
Oh,
wait. Older one. Yeah,
you said they put in electric powertrains in that?
Yes.
Who's doing
them in Cobras?
Who's doing
it? There's a
I'm filing
guy
a complaint
in Africa.
I'm filing a complaint, bro. That's crazy, son.
Yo, but and they even making it so that it's easy bolt on.
Why though?
I guess so they could keep them around forever. It's like, I don't know, man. I just don't think I could do it.
I feel like, you know what my problem is? I feel like people are forgetting like the internal combustion engine is real. Like it has its own history, its own heritage to it.
I don't care anymore.
It's actually a fantastic invention. Son.
Would you do
it? Come on. Do what?
They show up. They want to take your motor, but they're gonna give you an EV one instead. Would you,
son? I hate every electrical appliance I have in my crib. You think I want to do that with the wheels? You crazy? I can't stand my blender. You crazy? I'm telling you, son. There's no way on God's green earth, son. Yo, you know what?
Said I hate my blender. Yo, son. That.
I'm telling you, kid. I'm telling you, it bothers me. It's just like you said, man. You just chopped the sack off, bro. It's gone. It's gone. Like, now your whip that you once had a bond with, a relationship with, is gone.
It's soulless.
It's severed now. It's over. Like connection lost.
It's soulless.
Lost.
Soulless. It's like, when you take a beating heart out and replace it with Tony Stark's nuclear chest. It's like he was no longer Tony Stark.
It's not Tony no more.
And that's why when he snapped his fingers, what did he say at the end? He said, "I'm Iron Man." Yeah, you are, mama. You ain't Tony Stark.
He said you are.
You know what I'm saying? But
I couldn't do it, man.
Couldn't do it, man. As much time as I want to spend on this, I definitely want to give you the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our favorite time.
Let's go.
It's our favorite time of the day. You know what it is.
What's that?
You ready for this?
Let's go.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
Ooh. All right. Oh, man, Legends of Auto, kid, what you got for me today?
I do love the Legends of Auto. Among other segments we have in the show, love them all. They great. but I'm feeling real Alfa Romeo lately, son.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you. So for today, I have another one for y'all. 1987, pardon me, Alfa Romeo GTV6.
Boy.
I love it, son.
I had one of those in Gran Turismo. Nasty.
This is what I'm saying.
I had the rally edition.
Oh man, bro. Yo, so last week, if y'all remember, I gave you a little bit of history about Alfa Romeo, how they started first racing in 1911.
Yes.
They was winning cups. They was going crazy. Their first vehicle that they introduced had 24 horsepower, was bounded back then, which was created in 1906. Right? Gave you a little history with that.
Yes.
You know, Alfa Romeo started, like, they stopped importing cars here in 1995.
Yes.
Last week's legend was they Ford over 164Q.
Boy.
Great car. Great. And you know, another thing that the Italians invented this V6 thing, huh? That's why you got cars like, they say this is one of the best sounding V6s too. You know, you got Maserati, one of the greatest sounding V6s you ever gonna hear.
Yes.
So it's between this, Mazzi, you got who else is out there that creates these bad sounding V6s? Well, I can't think
Infinity.
That is true.
Infinity's V6s sound ridiculous.
That is true.
Well, yeah,
they VQs are serious. Their VQs are serious, right? But this GTV6 though, so you got a couple variants you could get this vehicle in, right?
Yes.
Mind you though, only about 5,000 made it to North America though.
Yes.
You ain't get many of these.
You didn't get many.
You ain't get many, right? So you got a couple variants. You got the 2.5, which was cool.
Yes.
Then you had the one that sought after that 3.0 V6 or a 24 valve joint, right?
That's the one.
No, that's the one you want, right?
Yeah.
So this car is crazy, right? It had the hump on the hood due to the intake. Because the intakes, huh?
Yes.
Had a hump on the hood due to the intake. That was amazing, right?
Yes.
Craziness. So this one's putting out 183 horsepower with 190 foot-pounds of torque, son. You know, back then it was crazy.
Yes.
Let me tell you a little something about how crazy this car was, kid. Yo, first off, this is the only coupe they had until recently, that 4C. The only coupe Alfa Romeo has ever put out until the 4C, son.
Wow.
I'm telling you, B. I'm telling you.
And for us, we got lucky enough to see one when we hit
That's
the
what
tail
I'm
of the
saying.
dragon.
Oh,
that was ridiculous. So continue on.
I'm telling you, like, that's one point.
Yes.
That's one point with this car. Second point, this joint was in a James Bond movie, son.
A couple times, yes.
Son,
it's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, son, this GTV6, this is the one you want, kid. It's crazy. First off, it won the Group Touring Championship.
Yes.
It won the Group A racing out there in Africa.
Yes.
And this V6 engine was built in South Africa.
Yes.
This one was built in South Africa. This is one with the big head, with the big ports, everything. Yo, ridiculous. I'm hype over here.
Yes.
I'm hype. Something else. Did you know this vehicle had inboard brakes?
No. What is that?
All right, if y'all don't know, this is why it's a legend. This is one of the legend points. Inboard brakes are where it's mounted to the chassis, not the hub.
Wow.
It was mounted to the chassis, not the hub. So A, that's better weight. Less mass weight rolling, right?
Yes.
Better cooling, right? Better center of gravity for the car. Like, it's crazy. It was well engineered.
Wow.
And its suspension setup was completely engineered from the Formula One cars, bro. And did you know this joint was a rear-wheel drive, transverse, front-mounted engines on? So if y'all don't know what the transverse transmission is on a rear-wheel drive vehicle, is the transmission is bolted to the axles.
Yes.
So it's in line with the axle, son. So that means it had perfect 50-50 weight distribution, son. This GTV6, son. I'm telling you, kid, and my favorite part of it all, not that I look for it, just comes to me. You can only get it in 5-speed manual, son. I love it, son. I love it every time. With
that being said,
every time,
son. Real legends never die.
Telling you, son.
As usual,
I'm telling you, son.
You found another car that I've seen, I like, I've had, but I really, really gotta say it's a legend in its own right.
It's a legend in its own right,
wow.
Son. And nothing. One of the competitors was the 535. And this car was beating it out every time, son. Every time. And the 535i was the champion
every time
in the Group A racing and the touring cups until this car came, son.
They didn't stand a chance,
son. I'm telling you, B.
So with that being said, man, we've gotten towards the end of the show. We got a couple things we're going to talk about, though. But before we get up out of here, we have our...
Mods, the newest and freshest. Modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
So it looks like Roger Dubois, Excalibur, Spider Huracan marks a partnership with Goodwood Festival of Speed. So the Roger Dubois Excalibur Spider is actually a watch that they made that actually goes with or partners with the Lamborghini Huracan. This is actually a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful timepiece. If you get a chance, don't forget you can follow us at Rally_radio_GBR. We will be putting up a picture of it. It is beautiful. It has a green band. It has all kind of different time. Cogs. Some of the cogs are platinum. It's ridiculous. It's worth all the money, though, as you can say. That's one of our hot mods that we wanted to talk about.
Fire.
And the last thing we're going to talk about today
It's the Understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
So, we got to talk about this one a little bit. Apparently, over the weekend, a Ferrari F40 worth $2 million is left crumpled in a mess in a Swiss supercar event. Now, the supercar event was actually a Ferrari hill climb where anybody could bring out their Ferraris and actually do this hill climb or whatever they was driving. This guy brings out a classic Ferrari F40, and in the midst of a turn, he says, and I quote, said it put down due to turbo lag. It boosted up on him and he lost control and went into the median. This is another prime example of not being able to drive what you already own. So with that being said, we're going to have to give him...
It's the Understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
You got to wonder about that. There's no way you got an F40 you doing a hill climb and you don't think about how much power this thing I have coming off of a turn.
Before that, though, you need to know how much input you put in.
How hard are you hitting the gas?
You have to know.
And this is why these older Ferraris, these older cars, they take more of a seasoned driver. And he's another guy who he owned it. It was his car. He probably never drove it.
He probably drove that joint twice.
Yep.
To the store.
Yep.
To a friend's house. And probably never really pushed that car, son.
Well, he didn't get hurt, neither
That's
him
good.
nor the woman that was in the car with him.
He probably was showing out.
He probably was
watch this.
And he lost control. Smashed it up to
smack.
Bits. Let's just hope that they could bring it back. But I think it is total. And with that being said,
totaled out.
With that being said, we have reached the end of the show. Shout out to everybody listening that's paying attention. This is Rally Radio. You know where to find us. Saturdays, 12 noon. Bars of Hoops Radio. www.barsandhoopsradio.com. Got any shout outs?
Yo, man, I just want to shout out to everybody out there doing their thing. Stay cool. If you don't got to drive, well, if you want to do a spirited drive, that's one thing, but stay away from them pumps. They getting us at every turn we get. But yo, be cool, y'all.
Y'all know how we get down. And with that being said, it's the bearded one.
S.I Shawn, baby. Let's go.
And we
are
out.
Drop the clutch and hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane. Yeah. You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio.